Hello you guys, and welcome back to Quad Meets Kitchen. Today I figured I will show you guys how I make my shrimp boil. I post about this all the time on Instagram on my IG stories, and I kind of show bits and pieces, and you guys always ask for a recipe, so ta-da! I am straight chillin'. This is like how I like to cook, usually without makeup on, to be honest. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I don't think I'm gonna do my typical editing that I've been doing lately. I think I'm just gonna talk to you guys as I do this so you guys can see what kind of a mess I make today. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. First things first, I'm gonna crack open a beer because that is one of the first ingredients for this recipe. Should I take a sip too? We'll see. Okay, so I have my beer on this side. Let me turn around so I can hopefully it's gonna be my jar of pickles. You guys can use any type of beer you guys like. I like to use Coors. Not my favorite to drink, but it definitely is good for this. Alright, so I know I have done a video before where I actually show you guys how I open up cans. So I'm going to do that real quick here. Okay, so I have the beer obviously right here between my legs. I like for the cap to be facing outwards here, the little tab, and then I will squeeze my finger inside, and then from the back of my hand I will support it here and flick up carefully, like so. Flick the tab back, and game on. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and start by putting the beer into, this is 24 ounces, into the pot. We're gonna do all of it. Now, sometimes I will actually do multiple cans of beer when I'm making like a really big pot for a lot of people. But tonight it is just Lindsay and I, so I'm going to make a smaller pot. So we have the 24 ounce can of beer, and then we have about 24 ounces of water here as well. And I'm going to go ahead and dump this in there too. And then I'm going to put this to boil. Okay, so I have my washed potatoes here. I usually do one large red potato per person that I'm cooking for. But because these are a little bit smaller, I'm going to do 3. So yeah, 3. I'm going to show you guys how, excuse me, I cut these up, because these are going to be the first thing that's going to enter the pot. I am first going to lock my brake. And please, please, please be careful. Do not just try this at home, because I know what I'm doing is a little bit dangerous. And I know a lot of people ask if it hurts my hand. It does not hurt my hand, and yes, I do have full sensation in my hands. So I'm just gonna slowly hit it down so that I can cut them almost in halves. This kind of helps make it like flatter so that it's actually easier to cut when it's like laid down flat. And I'm going to cut each one into 3s. Okay, and I'm going to do another one. This one I'll probably do in a half. And that is how I cut everything up. I'm going to fly through this real quick, so cue the music. Enough for just Linz and I for dinner tonight. They are all almost about the same thickness. There's about like the same amount of potato in each piece here, as you guys can see. So this has now come to a boil, and I'm going to, I love these cutting sheets because they're easy to fold, and then I can just slide them on in there like that. Okay, so potatoes take the longest to cook, so I'm going to go ahead and let those cook for about 20 minutes. And while those cook, I am going to go ahead and start cutting up and prepping everything else. Before I forget, I forgot to season. So this is going to be a lot of seasoning, you guys. I'm warning you guys now, this is the Old Bay seasoning. Let's see if I can bring this forward here, you guys can see. This is what I prefer to use. This is for seafood. And I am just going to go in with the pour side, and I am going to just kind of go for it. The more and more you make this, the more like you are aware of how much to put in. I'm just kind of like my Nona right now. You know, like you just guess and you just throw it in there. And then I can see by the color as I go if I want to add more later on as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and prep the rest of the food that goes in. Okay, so I know it's not an ordinary thing to do to actually put celery into this, but I like to add a little green to anything and everything that I cook, whether it's, you know, like spinach or basil, parsley. So in this case, I'm going to add a little bit of celery. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I think it tastes really good in here with the seasonings and stuff. And plus, I personally like to have celery in like my soups. And because this has like a broth, it's kind of perfect for what I want right now. So now we got some clean celery going on. I am going to go ahead and cut these up the exact same way. And in pretty decent pieces. So I'm just going to start by cutting this part off. Okay. And these are going to be probably about this like 2 inches, maybe. Chopped up and it's ready to go. I also have a whole lemon. I like to do a lemon per person, and I like to throw the lemon in whole. Like I like to squeeze the juice out and then put the lemon with the peel in the juice. I like to squeeze a lemon about halfway so that it actually can absorb some of the flavor of the broth mixture thing that we did. I don't know what to call it. And so that when you're actually eating this awesome mixture, you can squeeze more lemon out, and there is some of that broth. We're gonna call it broth. Some of that broth in it as well. The next ingredients that we are also going to add to this is I have Beyond Meat sausage. Those are 6 points each for Weight Watchers, so I have to have a good day in order to have one of those. So it's been a very good day for me, and I'm going to have a Beyond, I believe it's the Italian sausage, so they're the mild ones. Delicious. I have one each, one for me and one for Lindsay, and then I also have shrimp that is completely shelled. They are degutted. Is that what it's called? Y'all, me doing a cooking video. They are degutted, if that's what, deveined. Girl. They are deveined, but they still have the shell on. The reason why I like to have the shell on the shrimp is because it absorbs a lot more of that juice. And so even when you're peeling it, or like I like to like actually clean the shrimp like using my mouth, it has all the juices in it, and it's so delicious. It is so good, so good. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cook. This is ready to go. We probably have about 10 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping everything else. And then it's just like a waiting game. Yeah, we're just gonna sit and wait. Everything's in one pot, so it's lovely. Okay, so the timer went off, and it has been 20 minutes since we had the potatoes going. They're still not done, but that's okay because we're gonna start adding more ingredients and they're still gonna be able to cook as we go. So next up is I'm gonna add whatever vegetables I choose to add. I would totally add carrots if I could, just because I like to add as many colors as possible, but I don't have any. So we're gonna throw this up in here. So, and then we're gonna take our lemons here, and I am going to squeeze about half of each lemon into this juicy, we're calling it a broth, right? Did we agree on that? I think we did. Towards me. Okay, so I like to roll them first, get them a little bit softer because of my hand function. Makes it a little bit hard for me to actually squeeze them when my hands are up in the air. So I am now going, hopefully this doesn't get over my hands. Okay, so now that we got about half of it squeezed, as you guys can see, I'm actually going to go ahead and place it inside. And I'm going to do the same to the other one. Go. And then I'm going to set another timer for about 15 minutes, okay? Alright, you guys, here's an above view of what's going on right now. We have the potatoes cooking and it's just boiling. Okay, so the Beyond sausages kind of fell apart here, but I do cut these up into pieces as well, just so that we have a little bit more of options as we are eating. I just want to check to see how far along these potatoes are coming. So, oh yeah, that's nice. So I'm going to add this piece of potato back, but I'm also going to start cooking the meat and the corn now. So I'm going to throw this all in there. Woo. These ones are like stuck to the plate. Whoa. There it goes. So we got the sausage in there, and now I'm going to go ahead and add corn on the cob. So I did corn ears. I believe that's the correct term for them. It is half of a corn on the cob. I'm going to go ahead and add these without burning myself. Scary. Okay. Alright, and here is the view from up top. Again, it's getting a little bit fuller, as you can tell. And there is sausage now. And the corn is somewhere in there. Probably sunk to the bottom. Okay. So, I am currently done with all of this stuff. So, as this cooks for, let's say, another 10 minutes. So, Amazon set timer. Ooh, she was yelling.
How long?
Friend. Friend. Amazon, stop. Amazon, stop. Amazon, set timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Hey, and we are back. We are almost done. I actually had the shrimp marinating a little bit, or like seasoned for a little bit. It has now been additional 10 minutes or so that this has been cooking, so I'll do another above view. I did have the shrimp defrosted and ready. I did use frozen shrimp, you guys. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Use frozen shrimp, got it defrosted, we're ready to go. So this is one of my favorite seasonings, and this is a garlic, herb, and black pepper and sea salt. So as you guys can tell, I like ride or die with this. Like, look at how like it's like almost empty. This is my jam. Okay, so I had that ready to go on the shrimp, and as I said, the shrimp does have the shell on, but they have been deveined. So this is what the shrimpies look like right now. These are extra large shrimps. I don't know if I reminded you guys, but the sausage that I used was Beyond Meat sausage because I do not eat meat, even though I want to. Okay. Now the shrimp is right on top of everything. I like to just bury them a little bit into the broth. Okay, so I buried the shrimp into that broth so that they can start to cook. Now it's really important to not overcook your shrimp because it gets a little chewy to me. So I wait till they barely turn pink, or like right when they start to get that pink color. And then that's when I'm like, okay, it's done. Like, we're done. Take it off. We're done. Okay, guys, so this is what it looks like currently. Everything's looking really nice and seasoned, and those shrimps need to get a little pink, but that's about it. Okay guys, so this is the final step, and then you are good to go. Go ahead and eat away. I'd probably say about 5 minutes. So Amazon, set timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
So as this cooks for 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up again, get all this area cleaned up. All the dishes have already been washed except for that strainer and the pot that I'm using. So I like to keep the kitchen clean as I cook. This is looking delicioso. I think this shrimp is just about ready. Let's see, Amazon, how much time is on the timer?
You have 40 seconds left on your 5-minute timer.
Damn, I'm good at timing myself. Okay, so now the shrimp look nice and plump, and they got a little bit pink. This is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and turn down this temperature and let it just sizzle for right now, because I don't want that shrimp to overcook, like I said, while I wait for Linz to get home. And then I will plate everything and show you guys what it looks like. Guys, I feel like the lighting's getting better as the day goes on. I thought I needed to film earlier because it's like 5 o'clock now, 5:30, and the lighting is better. Maybe because the sun's setting and it's setting on this side. Anyways, I'm babbling. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and serve up this so that you guys can see it. Lindsay should be here any minute. Splash. Oh, and we can't forget the corn. You guys, there's so much food. There's a lot in here. All right, let's get the corn out. All right. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you guys what this looks like in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and close out the video now. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching and tuning in. Let me know what other foods you guys would like for me to cook in the kitchen. We can do some more of Quad Meets Kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed this again, and I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.